What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I have been on my own. Like, I was being good and being nice, and I was just walking on the streets of TikTok, and then I found messy TikTok. Actually, messy TikTok found me, and now I do not know how to live here. So you guys know you're coming with me. We're going to be doing 100 days of messy TikTok drama, and you're going to love it, just like I did. This is episode 1. Let's get started.
Hi, this message is for Mark, my husband, and or his mistress. I know you guys still watch my TikTok, so if that's not you, you can keep scrolling. You don't have to listen to this. Hey, husband, if you could help our 6 children, they need new winter coats and boots for this upcoming winter. If you wanted to help me with that, that would be wonderful. Also, our 10-year-old still needs his braces to help with his speech problem. If you could help me with that, that would be wonderful. My attorney will have their sizes. I know you don't know that. So even if you wanted to buy them their coats and boots, that would be so wonderful of you. I've been working hard to keep the lights on and food in the house for them since you left me with nothing for the Christian marriage counselor you met on here. You know, when you open your Bible, God does not look too kindly on men that do not provide for their household or their children. So I hope you have a change of heart.
Okay.
I was only 13 when we met, and you got me pregnant at 14 and continued to get me pregnant, telling me I didn't have a choice to say no or prevent pregnancy or God would punish me. So I didn't really have an option to have these children that you had with me. If you could help me with that, that would be so wonderful and kind of you. I know you're busy preaching here on TikTok, but our children really could use the help. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are having the days that you deserve, and God bless you.
She did not just end with a God bless you, like namaste. She was like, her delivery was on point, just being very demure, calm, and just like shooting nuggets at him. And she was like, you know what? God bless you at the end. First, so many things stood out to me, but the first one is like 13, and then got pregnant at 16, and then the number 6. In this day and age, who has 6 kids with this economy that's free birth control because all of your money does not even belong to you? 6 humans. Wait, did she say marriage counselor that he met on TikTok? Was it for their marriage counseling and then something else happened? But then she's like Christian marriage counselor. And based on the way she's described their relationship, I'm thinking of a church, but I'm not gonna say that. But like, I'm thinking of some, is it a doctrine that like thinks of like housewives and you being at home and presenting your bodies to your husband. And then she goes on to say, I know you're preaching on TikTok with the lives that he's living with his Christian marriage counselor, who is probably counseling other people's marriages and with someone else's husband. I don't know why she's still husband, not ex-husband. But let's move on. We're moving on.
So I'm at work listening to this podcast, and this girl said that her baby daddy faked his death to get out of paying child support.
Yeah, boy.
She said his mom called her hysterically crying and was like, he got in a fatal accident and didn't make it. Fast forward to the funeral, she wasn't allowed to go because his sister had a restraining order against her, but their 5-year-old son went. And her son came back from the funeral like really sad and was like, he didn't get a chance to say goodbye because there wasn't a casket. So she was thinking that they ended up getting him cremated, so she's trying to explain that to her son. So her son starts saying stuff like, I seen daddy today, and she's just thinking he grieving, and then it just started.
Wait, my question is, how did they explain to her that he died? It's not like he just slept and died. Because if he was like a crazy car accident, that's like, his face is destroyed. It makes sense that there's going to be a closed casket. And that's something you can explain to a child. And then
getting weird, because one day he came home from school and was like, daddy came to have lunch with me. So she goes to the school to talk to the psychiatrist because
at this point he's going mad. It does
she
sound
think her
like
baby is going crazy.
Yeah.
So the principal ended up coming out talked to her was like, yeah, he was here a few days ago and had lunch with him because he's still on the emergency checkout. And she was like, but that's impossible because
he's dead. But the worst part is everyone's going to say, she will say he's dead, and everyone will look at her like, do you hate him that much?
He died, and like everybody in the front office looking at her like she crazy. So she ended up driving an hour away to his mom's house with her husband like banging on the door, and then his mom opens the front door and she see her baby daddy running off in the background.
Oh.
Come to find out, he had one of his family friends fake a death certificate for his mom to present to court, and now he's serving 6 years in prison because he faked his death, and her story is going to premiere on the ID channel sometime next year. Do you know how fucked up you gotta be to fake your death to keep from taking care of your child? Like, what the fuck be going through people's mind? Like, that is insane. I feel like the mom and the family friends should be held accountable too, because y'all was all in this shit together. Like, that's a fucked up family.
Absolutely.
A family friend who can do a fake death certificate has to be a doctor, yeah? Or a coroner or something. In my true crime days, I remember all that stuff. But I'm thinking, if that person has the power to make like a death certificate, he probably has a license that should be taken away from him like yesterday. And mom, who did a whole funeral, that's just disgusting. In my mind, he has calculated like, a funeral is going to cost this, and faking a death certificate, he'll get family friends discount, and it's going to cost this. So based on the math, it's going to be cheaper for him to get to fake his own death than to pay child support for the next 13 years before the child is 18. But he wasn't thinking, because now he's going to spend 6 years of his life in the cage because he faked his own death. And it was just dumb to think that he's going to not pay child support and then keep his relationship cozy with his son. Like, not a very smart man. Sorry, mom.
What would you do if your best friend reached out to your child's father and told him that the baby doesn't belong to him, it belongs to her brother?
Oh my God!
Hi, and welcome to the only drama worth telling y'all about in my life. Me and my best friend fell out about 3 years ago. Okay, a year after that I had my daughter. We fell out because of a birthday dinner. Mine, to be exact. You know how women are with their birthdays, and the bitch was broke. It happened. Now, in the year of no contact with her, I conceived my daughter, okay? As soon as I have my daughter, she messages me on Facebook and says, congratulations. I didn't say anything, because 6 months later, she reaches back out and says, who's your daughter's dad? And I say, it's none of your business. 3 weeks after that, she reaches out again and says, I think it belongs to her brother. And I say, don't you ever text me with no crazy shit like that again. Okay? A year after that, at this moment, I'm still talking to her, my child's dad. A year after that, she reaches out to the dad because I guess my ignoring her wasn't good enough. She reaches out to the dad and says, hey, I think you should do a DNA test on your daughter because I don't think it belongs to you. He blowing me up. Now, at this time, I work 7 on 7 off overnight. He blowing me up. I'm like, what is going on? It's late. You should be asleep. And I finally answer. He says, check your messages. So I check my messages, and it's screenshots of her messaging him and basically comparing pictures of his young kids, her brothers, to my daughter and saying how much they look alike. So I reassure him. I'm like, look, there's literally no possible way. I haven't even talked to this woman. She just mad we fell out. I mean, hell, I was a good friend.
DNA test, like, shot her, but like, is ex-friend is even what getting a DNA test for.
And I'm gonna stand on that. So it is what it is. Ignore her. If you want to go get a paternity test, I'm 100% open to it. I didn't mind because I knew I had nothing to hide.
Exactly.
He says like, no, I'm okay. You said no. I'm good. I trust you. I believe you. All right. So now another year passes and me and him break up. We stop talking or whatever. And of course things get on social media and she gets wind of it. She used this opportunity to reach out to him again, his sister and his mom, to tell them that his child or my child or our child doesn't belong to them. At this point, I'm furious because not only did her dad need a reason to already kind of go ghost, this just gave him more ammunition. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to send both of y'all in a group message a DNA testing website. And you can use it to your disposal. I'm not spending a dime
Obviously.
Other than that, we can go to court. Time goes on. Now the family has disowned my child. Her dad has disowned her. And the girl, I done reached out a million times trying to put her on blast, and she immediately goes ghost because she knows she's lying, right? So at this point, I've decided to take them to court. We finally get to court, and we get up to the podium, and the judge says, in order to start distributing funds, we have to establish paternity. So he says, do you want to get a paternity test? Tell me why this man opts out.
No.
I turned around so quick and looked at him like, what the fuck? And he gonna say, I always knew. I was just mad we broke up. Yeah. So out of all of this, I'm sure y'all are wondering, what on earth would prompt somebody to be so invested in a situation that literally had nothing to do with her?
Absolutely.
You know why?
Vengeance.
Because my child is dark skinned, as y'all have seen on my page. But my child's father and I have the same skin tone. And you can tell who's uneducated and who's not, you know what I'm saying? Because black people have amazing genetics, okay? Our pool is so broad, it don't make no sense. So even if I came out with a white baby with red hair, it could have been out. Both her and her brother are dark skinned. So it just only made sense that my child belongs to her brother, right? Don't you guys sleep together for that? And if you haven't already gotten your kicker, here's your kicker, okay? The brother dead. Yep, he gone. And he hasn't even been here to defend himself during all of these accusations. Shit, wow, right? So after almost 3 years, a restraining order later, a warrant for her arrest, talking to her parents, and blogging her on all outlets, she has finally left me alone. So when I get on here and talk shit about folks, look, I done been through some things too, okay? And I know one thing, I'll never go through it again. I learned that first time. I did. And at this big age, I'm very selective on who I call my friend, who I let in my business, and who I sleep with.
The last part makes sense, but obviously everything that she said was crazy. Like, how can a human being abandon your life and be like, you know what? My whole life is about you for years, and her dead brother. Oh, that's his soul. Guys, that's my TikTok for you, and this is just episode 1. So subscribe. You have to watch the next one, and you know you want to. See you guys in the next video. Bye.